I cherish every day, not only fights, every day. Today, you know, it's a special day because we're not back day, we're not back time. Listen, people, live, develop, study, smile, live. You know, it's life.
Of course, it wasn't only the opening bell that's coming, but it was also the whole mindset of thinking about a transition from a sport I've been doing since I was a kid. I was kickboxing since I was 6 years old, and now I was 36 when I started transitioning into boxing. So that was the end of last year. And of course, I was boxing, but I was boxing to kickbox.
I think, you know, he's going to go out there and do whatever he wanted to do. You know, I think Rico going to be tough at first, but I think Usyk with his experience, he's going to figure him out fairly early. And I don't know. We're going to see for
boxing. I think Usyk will drain his gas tank. Let's put it in this phrase for people who watch at home. Let's say you're playing Street Fighter and you've got your energy bars. I think Usyk knows how to make his energy yeah, he'll just drain him.
He will be.
Peter Fury, Hughie Fury. They've got good people around Rico, and he's an intelligent guy, and he's been playing the media brilliantly this week, charming, and he knows what he's doing. He doesn't seem to be feeling the pressure, and there's really no pressure on his shoulders.
There's absolutely no pressure on his shoulders, but you know, you look at what's in front of him, and it is a huge, dare I say, pyramid to climb.
I think have faith and want to win, you know. But it's gonna be tough, you know. At least with me, all I've been doing is boxing. He's been doing kickboxing, so it's a little bit different, you know. The sport's a little bit different. He uses kicks, punches, but I think Usyk, with the experience that he has, I think he's gonna go.
Joe, what do you think about the fight between Usyk and Verhoeven? I've been trying to speak to people and see if anyone's backing Verhoeven to spring an upset. We do see them in boxing, but if he can, how does he do it?
Well, he's only going to do it by knockout. You know what I mean? One big punch. You know, that's the only thing that he's going to change it. You know, he's obviously not going to outbox him. You know, but Usyk's the GOAT for a reason.
I don't even know how that happened. Literally, it was just a pass of phone numbers, and then they'd reached out saying that they wanted me. So that works for me. I don't need to ask any more questions. Just say, yeah, where am I going to? And it was literally a case of, okay, yeah, sweet, you want to come? And then what day are you flying? It was like a couple of days' notice, a few days' notice, and then I was like, okay, fly there. And then I had some people asking me like, they're not say where you're going. I said, no, I just jumped on the plane and went, you know, figure it out from there.
Quite an interesting...
I'm not going to be there for.
Yeah. No, I'd say quite an interesting profile of sparring partner, because obviously Verhoeven is...
I think he's going to be stressed out physically to the point of fatigue. And then again, it's going to be a matter of how nice or not so nice Usyk wants to be in there. But I'm going with Usyk. I'm not even going to say late stoppage. I'm going to say something like round 6 through 8. Stoppage over Verhoeven. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends earlier. I would be surprised if Usyk lets Verhoeven fight 36 minutes.
The combat sports scene was rocked by a moment that left the entire arena in disbelief, completely overturning expectations ahead of the Giza showdown. As the undisputed heavyweight champion stepped onto the scale, the reading that appeared stunned everyone watching. In an instant, the carefully built narrative of controlled, routine victory was completely dismantled. Instead of a calm promotional build-up, the weigh-in spiraled into disorder, forcing experts and commentators to immediately rethink every prediction they had made about the fight.
The champ gets privileges, but the challenger weighs in first. 258.7 pounds for the challenger, the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Now, stepping onto the scales, the reigning and defending world heavyweight champion from Kyiv, Ukraine, Oleksandr Usyk. 233.3 pounds.
I was trying to get into the mind of Rico here, Alistair. This is, you know, he's had bigger stages, but he's biggest stage.
and this is his biggest challenge. What's going through his mind? What would he be thinking right now?
This is it for him. The upgrade has happened. Yeah, just stay composed, hold on to your energy, as you can see he's doing. Stick to the plan, hold on to your energy tomorrow.
When Oleksandr Usyk registered 233 pounds, shockwaves ran through the boxing world. That figure marked the heaviest weight of his professional career, instantly triggering endless debate online. Some fans began speculating whether the undisputed champion was slowing down, deliberately adding mass to withstand a much larger opponent, or possibly miscalculating the risks entirely. On the other side, Rico Verhoeven came in at a massive 258 pounds, holding a clear 25-pound advantage. Many observers joked that the champion had entered unfamiliar territory, but beneath the humor was genuine concern. Moving into the ring at his heaviest against a naturally powerful striker raised serious questions about whether Usyk might have underestimated the physical force in front of him.
Lapping team director of Team Usyk. How are you feeling? It's a big fight with you in Egypt, and this is another big fight for your guy. Everybody's saying he's a favorite, but this Rico guy, we don't know how good he is.
Так, я зрозумів. You know, and Rico guy in undisputed in kickboxing, yes? Last not lose in 10 years, maybe more, yeah? In strong guys, in heavyweight, this is not easy. This is not easy fight. Alex and team prepare every time prepare for serious and full focus and discipline, you know.
And
this doesn't matter who is your opponent, and you fight in ring. 10 nonsense gloves, you know. This is not joke. And big guys.
Yes, and he has big muscles as well.
Yeah.
But muscles don't win the fights.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And muscles don't lose the fight. And muscles is good. And you need in function, yes?
Yeah.
You need in smart deals in boxing. You need to understand what happened in this in ring, you know? And we see what work Rico Verhoeven camp, what work in Fury. You know, he's a good coach.
The intensity peaked during the final face-off, where the atmosphere shifted from respectful formality to a silent battle of dominance. Rico Verhoeven locked eyes with Usyk, attempting to assert psychological pressure, yet Usyk, veteran of countless high-stakes moments, remained completely composed. There was no sign of hesitation or fear. Instead, he held his ground, staring directly back at the much larger challenger and signaling that he was fully prepared for whatever storm awaited him inside the ring. What makes Verhoeven especially dangerous is a mentality of a man with no burden of expectation. The elite kickboxing star enters this contest with everything to gain and nothing to protect, a mindset that often produces unpredictable explosiveness. That absence of pressure can create a reckless confidence, where a fighter truly believes history can be rewritten through sheer will. In those moments, aggression becomes amplified, and Verhoeven appears fully convinced that he has the ability to bring the champion's reign to an abrupt end.
Michael, main emotions and feelings you're experiencing right now?
I think the main emotion is finally we're here. It's been so long. It's been 6 months of crazy hard work, and I think we fully emerged into the world of boxing. Super thankful for all the work we've put in together with the team, and I'm super happy and confident we're here.
You've been so respectful, and that's great to see with Oleksandr Usyk all week, but that face-off went on for a while again. Is this, though, when you start to lock in and the wheels start to turn ahead of tomorrow night?
No, but I'll always respect my opponent in whatever case. So, and also with this, just we lock in, and I guess this is what we're doing. So, and I'm for no point, whatever, we're gonna let it slip away. So we're gonna stay there. If we're gonna stay there until tomorrow, I'm here.
We push you for a final prediction. Rico, how do you shock the boxing world tomorrow night? Just tell the world one final time.
Now, just all I can say is we're writing history again here in the pyramids. It's a beautiful country, Egypt, already with so much history. And now we're here, 2026, the first boxing events, maybe even the last boxing event here at the pyramids, and I'm gonna be a small part of that. So super thankful for that. So thanks to His Excellency and his team and the whole organization, Matchroom Seller. Like I said, we're not gonna do predictions. May the best man win, but first of all, we're gonna enjoy ourselves.
Top man, Rico, and best of luck to you tomorrow night.
The situation escalated further when Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, added fuel to the growing tension with a revealing statement that sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Having shared experience with both athletes, Fury offered rare insight into how this matchup might unfold. He hinted at a highly strategic plan coming from Verhoeven's camp, suggesting a calculated approach designed to turn the fight into a physically draining war in close range. The idea revolves around smothering the champion in clinches, disrupting rhythm, and transforming a technical boxing contest into a punishing brawl. History has already shown how fighters from other disciplines can disrupt elite champions when rules are bent by aggression and physicality, and this rumored approach could be the equalizer that changes everything.
I imagine Verhoeven could face some similar issues, or at the very least, it's worth keeping an eye on that. Having said that, of course, Ngannou did do, I think it was 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. Didn't really seem to bother him too much. Don't think Fury trained properly for that one, but at the same time, yeah, he did okay in that fight. And without question, you could argue that he won it. And I think what a lot of this comes down to in terms of the contest and what it might look like is just Usyk. What's Usyk got left? And I suppose also how aggressive does Verhoeven come in? Because at the end of the day, if he gets in there, he's quite defensive and he moves around and he keeps his guard nice and high. It will be hard for Usyk to knock him out. It won't be easy. The dude is not a pushover. He's not soft. He's got good reactions. He understands what to do when a shot's coming at him. You know, the blocking is the same. It's just different in terms of the dynamics of where shots are coming from, how you balance yourself, all that kind of stuff, because obviously there's no kicking. But yeah, what Oleksandr Usyk do we have? And the big question, the thing I want to see in this fight is whether or not he appears to have declined. If he blasts Verhoeven out of there, we'll learn nothing in answer to that question. But if it goes a few rounds and he's looking a little sloppier, maybe a little heavier on his feet than he did before, yeah, I'm just intrigued to see what kind of motivation he's got left, if indeed his shape's not quite what it normally is as well, although I saw a few shots and he just looks his usual self from what I've seen so far. Nothing to worry about.
Coaches and analysts have raised serious concerns about the stylistic chaos this matchup could create for a traditional boxer. Verhoeven does not operate within the conventional rhythm drilled into boxing fundamentals. His entries come from unpredictable distances, his posture shifts at unusual angles, and his movement creates a kind of disordered geometry that can disrupt even the sharpest defensive minds. One former sparring partner explained that facing such an unorthodox athlete can be a nightmare because their attacks originate from positions that defy expectation. Instead of reacting to familiar patterns, the champion may be forced to constantly decode shifting movements that refuse to follow standard boxing logic.
I mean, it sometimes feels, with a fight like this, where it seems like there's such an obvious outcome, it feels a little silly to say who do you think is going to win. But I suppose the question is, how do you think it's going to end is what I would put to you.
I think he's very much, he's like a computer. He's downloading stuff and figuring it out. And I think he's not going to take stupid risks. He don't take risks. He's very safe in everything. Any easy openings, you've got to work at it and figure it out yourself. So I think by the time he's figured you out, then it's probably too late, you know, and you're probably exhausted at that point as well. So maybe six, latest. You know, I don't see it going too far. Like, it's just too smart. And then by the time he's found openings, and he's going to start drilling the shots in properly, and it's going to work out, you know.
However, not everyone is convinced this will be competitive. Old school voices from the sport have dismissed the hype entirely. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas delivered a blunt assessment, arguing that Verhoeven's defensive habits could work against him at the highest level of boxing. According to that perspective, a high, static guard without advanced head movement will become an open target for a precise counterpuncher. In his view, athletic ability alone cannot compensate for years of refined defensive mastery inside the ring.
We're not going to see an upset. Verhoeven is a legendary kickboxer, but he's had one pro boxing fight, and he won
in 2014.
Against a handpicked guy. So he's 1-0, and he's not going to be 2-0. We got a better chance of seeing King Tut make a comeback than we do of seeing Verhoeven pull off, which would be beyond the upset. But it's an event, and if anyone deserves a little break, look, you don't take anyone for granted. He's a big, strong guy, Verhoeven. He's in good shape. He's physical. He's game. He's experienced in the kickboxing realm. You don't take anyone for granted, but he doesn't figure to have any chance against Usyk. And Usyk is a serious guy, so I can't imagine like we were thinking about when Tyson was fighting with Jake Paul and other events like that. Yeah, and we were wondering, with some of those events, you wonder, is it scripted? Is there, is there some agreement there? People were wondering that, I think, for a while with Joshua and Paul. Was an agreement to move around for a few rounds, then take the gloves off and go at it. And of course, Joshua, I think, stopped him in the 6th round, if I remember correctly, whatever it was. But a lot of people didn't think it was go that long. We got that one right. We had the over. I think it was 3 rounds. We had the over in that one. But Usyk's not the kind of guy that would entertain stuff like that, I don't believe. I think that he does deserve...
From that traditional boxing standpoint, the expectation is a methodical breakdown. The champion is predicted to gradually dismantle the larger man, slicing through the guard and attacking the body with surgical precision until resistance fades. Some purists believe the fight could conclude as early as the 4th round, describing any upset scenario as something almost mythical, comparing it to the impossible image of an ancient pharaoh rising again after centuries.
Just wait him out for the first couple of rounds, maybe even to the middle of rounds, like round 6. Then go beyond that. I think he'll be gassed out. Usyk can definitely get a stoppage. Now, I do think this guy's going to be pretty tough. It does seem like it. I think he's been knocked out a few times, maybe a couple times. But, I mean, he does seem like a tough guy. Like I said, he's the way bigger guy as well. But Usyk, skill-wise, just by far the better guy. Now, if I was Usyk, what I would do is just, set up some jabs early, move around the ring a lot, get out of the way of this guy's punches. I think he's going to try and pour it on. If he really does want to go in there and get the win, he'll probably try and pour it on, give it all you got for the first few rounds, try and get a knockout. I do think that's, the only way he'll win. He's not going to win a boxing match over 12 rounds with Oleksandr Usyk. That's just impossible. So he's definitely going to go in there, probably just, trailblaze him, where I think if Usyk just gets out of the way, tires him out, goes to the body even, sets some things up, he can definitely get a stoppage later on in this matchup. And if you want me to be completely honest, he needs to get a stoppage, because I don't want to see a sparring match against this guy or, letting him get away with this fight, just hitting him, doing some damage. No, I want to see him knock this guy out and do a Francis Ngannou and Joshua. Like this, that needs to happen, especially with people already talking upset about this matchup. Like, he needs to go in there and stop this guy. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what even happens. I hope it does.
Yet a darker psychological thread runs through the build-up, sparked by a light-hearted but unsettling remark from Verhoeven himself. He jokingly mentioned the possibility of throwing a high kick if the situation became desperate late in the fight. While said in humor, the comment highlighted a deeper truth about instinct taking over under pressure. In a high-stress environment, where fatigue and panic begin to override logic, even elite fighters can revert to automatic responses. That creates a dangerous wild card, because one uncontrolled reaction in a boxing ring could completely shift the outcome and break every expected rule of engagement.
Rico Verhoeven looking to spring the big upset this weekend. Rico, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, happy, and feeling blessed to be here.
Yeah, we had a good long conversation with a part of your training team, Peter Fury, and he said, look, we're under no illusions that he's a great Oleksandr Usyk, but we're not here to make up the numbers. We have an elite mindset. We're here to get the victory, get the win. Imagine you're just zoned in on getting that to effect this weekend.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what we're here for. We're not here to play games. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
What do you have to do to foster a mindset like that, given the opposite end of the corner is Oleksandr Usyk? How do you train your mind for something like that?
To be honest, it could be anybody that's right across me. And of course, we're now facing, could be the pound for pound very best to have ever done it. But it's a man, 2 arms and 2 legs. So that's how I'm approaching this fight. And I've put everything I have into this. So either way, I can never take any way away from myself. Like I said, could have done this better. I did everything I could. So for 6 months, that's why I'm here, fully focused, fully prepared, and ready to take this challenge on.
Of the tape that you've watched of Oleksandr Usyk, of the wins that he's got in the fashion that he has, where do you see your chances to get your offense in? Where do you see the chances to show those weaknesses that he has in his game?
Well, of course, we've watched a lot of footage, and every fighter has his openings and has his weaknesses. So do I. So that's how we approach it, and we just try to show him something different that he hasn't seen before. So, like, I'm not your typical boxer.
As fight night draws closer, the conversation has quietly evolved. It is no longer just about whether an upset is possible, but about what would actually count as success for the underdog. Some analysts compare the situation to classic underdog stories, suggesting that survival itself would be a victory. If Verhoeven manages to push the champion deep into the later rounds, or even rock him momentarily, it would be seen as a major achievement. Forcing a master technician into uncomfortable territory and making him appear human would reshape perceptions, proving that size, pressure, and fearless intent can challenge pure technical brilliance.
I see on your sleeve Isaiah 41:10. Explain to me. I read this verse, very powerful. Why you choose this verse?
Because God say, if you can with me, you can every time. You know, it's possible only when you coming with God. All possible, work, fights, world, anything. Yes, anything.
Yeah, I read it. So do not fear.
Be afraid, because I with you. Yes.
Uphold with your righteous hand.
Yes.
Beautiful verse. Also, your friend Derek Chisora, they speak to him yesterday. You know his prediction?
No.
He said Rico will win. Derek, go crazy.
Derek, you crazy. You are crazy. Bro. This is only words. Blah 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 blah. A lot of people only words.
Why you think he's saying this? Crazy.
Because it's TV, it's internet. When people say true, a lot of people, no, it's bad. But when people say dirty, брехня, lime, a lot of people, wow, maybe it's a good.
This historic encounter beneath the shadow of the Egyptian pyramids has grown beyond a simple fight. It now feels like a live experiment testing the boundaries of combat sports. The dramatic weigh-in and heated build-up have transformed what once looked predictable into a global mystery. The key question remains whether elite ring intelligence can overcome a significant physical disadvantage against a far larger opponent. As the opening bell approaches, this is no longer just another bout. It is a collision of disciplines, styles, and eras, where the outcome could redefine long-held beliefs about the sweet science. The only question left is whether willpower alone can bend history inside the ring.